are you this Wednesday? I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. Today we're talking about creating your dream video studio. What does it take in order to do that? I'm actually going to walk you through the process that you need to go through in order to build a video studio, whether that's for video recording, live video, webinars, course videos, podcasting, whatever it is. Then I will walk you through everything you need to know and show you how you can actually do it yourself. Does that sound good to you? Leave me a big yes in the comments. All right, you're dancing. Hope that's a good sign. Oh, you know what? I am feeling great. I'm feeling good, and I'm excited about today's episode. Are you ready to get this party started? All right, let's dig into it. I'm going to go through this quickly, and then we're going to take Q&A at the end. I love to see everybody in the house on Facebook and YouTube. Soul Moon's Rising, Six String Brian, Semi-Retired Bob, Kathleen, Dad Broke Barbecue, Adam in the house, Donald, everybody is here. So good to see you guys. So first and foremost, whether you have a big space or you have a little space, or you just have a desk, or you have a kitchen, tell me what kind of space you have available for your studio in the comments right now. I would love to see it. But whether you have any of those spaces, it truly doesn't matter. You can have your dream video studio. And maybe there's a dream beyond what you can accomplish right now and today, and that's totally okay. That's an all right situation to be in, but you can create a dream studio with whatever you've got right now, and that's what we're gonna dig into. Oh, Go For Technology has a media space. That's awesome. Yes, bedroom office for Jermaine. Awesome Wood Things has an office. My Space for Video works as an actual office too. Exactly. So if you have a multi-purpose space, that can actually be really beneficial to you in certain cases, right? So first and foremost, why is having a professional video studio beneficial to you? Because a lot of people, and I have friends that do this still, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you setting up and tearing down every time? You drag, the tripod in. You put the light on the tripod, you add the camera, you do all of these things each and every time you want to record a video, and that stops you in your tracks, doesn't it? I mean, please be honest with me in the comments. I mean, I am watching the comments right now, and I know that...
Cool.
Awesome. Funny Impartial Geek, that's David. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm looking for tips for my studios. Should I stream an... Oh, nice. Funny. Let's get back to topic. So if you are setting up and tearing down each and every time, you know, like Nabi says, it is a pain, and it stops you in your tracks from actually producing the content. It wastes time. And if you know me, I'm all about efficiency. It drives David insane. But I love efficiency, and having a studio setup, something that is just there, ready to go and done with, so that you just sit down and you record or you go live. That is the best way to produce any kind of content, whether it's podcasting, live video, YouTube videos, whatever you've got. That is the best way. Set it and forget it. And it also allows you to have more professional videos, right? So if you're setting up and tearing down every time, what happens is that you've got a different angle. You've got to fiddle around with the lighting each and every time, right? You've got all of these things that you have to do, and it's not a good situation because it gives your videos less professionalism. That was a whole word. Professionalism. Don't make fun of me, guys. I'm watching you. It also creates instant credibility, right? So you've got, like, when people are scrolling down the feed and they see your video versus somebody else's video, and you have a studio and you've had that more professional setup, it gives you that instant credibility. So people are like, oh, I trust that person. I'm going to pay attention because it looks like she or he knows what they're doing, right? So that is like two very good things about it. Of course, the no excuses, like if it's set it and forget it, you have no more excuses. And then beyond that, I'm always inventing words. Now, come on. You know that about me. I don't know the English language. I just make it up. Beyond what I just said in terms of the benefits of having a professional video studio is that you get more income opportunities. So I have to show you this. So this is one of our students. Ooh. Echo. All right, go away. Hold on, what's happening? The button wouldn't work. I forgot to turn the audio off on the laptop. So forgive me. I'm just gonna read it to you so you don't have to deal with echo. So Barbara Woods actually, she set up a video studio in her house and she started recording videos and doing live videos, and she landed a $25,000 per training contract with a successful author in order to provide training for that person's audience. I mean, holy freaking cow, how awesome is that? And that's like, I mean, maybe you won't bring in $25,000, you know, immediately once you put in your video studio, but like that's just one example of every time somebody sets up a studio, they see new opportunities, they see more income, they see bigger business growth because of it. So those are some really cool things about having a specific studio. And by the way, like we are teaching you, Dave, or actually Abby just put in the comments, you were wondering where Abby was. Abby just put in the comments the link to a workshop that we're releasing that has all of the step-by-step training on how to accomplish all of this. But I'm going to give you a quick look at exactly what you need to be able to do that. That's awesome. Okay, I love the comments that are coming in. I see some questions. We'll tackle the questions soon. Okay, so if you want to pre-order that, we have a discount, but don't worry, like I'm gonna keep talking and I'm gonna walk you through the process, but this is the process that our brand new workshop is walking you through in much more detail. Okay, so what components do you need in your video studio? This may sound basic, okay, to some of you, but I honestly have a lot of people who come up and like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't know what equipment I even need. Like, I know I need a camera, but what else? Okay, so here are the basic must-haves, like must-haves. Space. You need some kind of space. You need somewhere to put the stuff, right? Whether that's a desk, whether that's a kitchen, whether that's an office space, it doesn't matter. We can show you how to get the pieces together, right? But I don't want you making excuses. It doesn't matter if it's big or a small space, but you do need a space, right? Like you need somewhere. It's not magic. Then you need a camera. That's number 2, obvious one. Then you need a mic, and still to this day, there are many people out there who are still using the onboard camera mic or the onboard computer mic. Please don't do that. Mics are one of the most important things that you need to put into your studio. Then you've got lights. I don't know what number I'm on. Is that 4? Then you need lights, right? And here's the cool thing. If you have a smaller space, if your camera is kind of closer to you, and this is a benefit of having a smaller space versus a big studio, you actually can get by with a single ring light. We love the prismatic lights, and we can throw a link in the comments for that. But we, like David's studio is a single ring light. That's all he uses. Now, I have a bigger studio. I have a bigger space that I'm using. So I actually have 3 lights, a ring light, but it's way back there. I think you're way over there. And then I have 2 lights on the side filling in the shadows on my face. So, you know, I just realized I didn't turn off my main lights. Oh well, we're gonna have to deal with it. Turn off your overhead lights, control the light. Don't do as I do as I say. You need a capture card. That is another thing that you have to have in order to do the video production studio. So your capture card, what that is it allows your camera to connect to your computer, right? And then that's the other thing that you need is a computer. And then you need something in the background. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be expensive. One of our clients, or many of our clients have done this in the past. They went out and got, like, so you know we do custom studio builds, right? And we actually go out and build it. And some of our clients would put really expensive furniture in the background of their video set so that it looked good because they wanted to be proud of it. They wanted it to look great. Here's the cool thing about video. It doesn't matter. Like if you go into a TV studio, the stuff in the background, the desks at the table, like all of it looks good, but it's super cheap. So pro tip for you, your background furniture does not have to be expensive. It can be the cheapest thing. You do a little paint job on it, you're good to go. It can be like, what's the yeah, Troy, Siri, turn the overhead lights off. I don't have that connected here. But that is a nice to have, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, so what was I was gonna say, that like plyboard? Is that like the cheap plyboard? And as David is saying, yes, IKEA is your best friend. Even though it's frustrating to put together that furniture, it's still your best friend because it's cheap, right? It's inexpensive. Or go to, a Goodwill store or whatever you can find that's super cheap. Do not spend money on your background. Do not. Now you can with like lights and stuff, but that's in a nice to have. David would probably put that in a must have, LED lights, but I'm gonna put that in the nice to have. I think it really adds a lot to your set for sure. But also in the nice to have category would be like automation for your lights, right? So I have a Wemo connected to my setup so that when I plug that, when I push that button or turn it on my app, my whole studio lights come on. And so automation can really be a positive, make it easier for you, but it's not a must have. Another nice to have is a switcher, right? Something like this that I'm about to tear down my studio and I don't have enough room because I haven't routed it correctly, but that like a switcher so that you can easily switch buttons and change cameras and put things up on screen like that, right? You can do interviews and you can swap back and forth. All of that is really beneficial, but it's, at a core, you could use a keyboard if you didn't have that, right? And then extra monitors. Extra monitors are really nice to have just because it allows your production flow to go really smoothly. And yeah. So Maria says, the image is very crisp and clean. Why, thank you. And that's what we teach you in the workshop. This is on pre-order, by the way, and I'm about to tell you like the step-by-step process that we kind of go through in this, but I also just want you to know, whether you get the workshop or not, I want you to know like how you have to go about creating your video studio. But we do have a pre-order discount on this studio workshop that takes you into detail, gives you a kit that basically sets you up. It makes you have to make no choices. Like, No choices except are you going to spend are you going to get the best of the best, or are you going to budget it, like go the budget route? Those are the only choices you have to make. And we also give you all of the kit down to the cables. So that's really super beneficial for you. All right. So as you know, like we do the custom studio builds. And for a while we were like, okay, how can we teach people to do what we do in these custom studios? Like Amy Porterfield and Michael Hyatt and Pat Flynn and Ryan Levesque and Donald Miller and all these amazing people. But we were like, okay, we have to get this in the hands, the same thing that we do for like $15,000. We have to get this in the hands of everybody so that they can have the pro video studio, so that you can get the results in your business that you're looking for and create the content a lot easier, right? The reason it's only like $67, it's only $67, is that you can, that we want you to actually get you those results. We want you to spend your money on the equipment and not a training, right? Like the training is worth a lot more than that. But anyway, let's keep going. So you've got the workshop, you've got the process that I'm going to walk you through. Okay. So step one is to plan. This is the number one thing that most people miss. How many of you, all right, here it is. Okay. I'm watching the comments right now. How many of you just buy stuff? Just buy stuff and you have no plan in place. You're like, okay, I need a mic, I need a camera, I need lights. Let's just buy. Okay, this is the biggest mistake that people make, because that will lead you to repurchasing over time because you're not thinking about the long-term game, right? This will lead you to mistakes, frustration, right? I don't want you to do that. So that is probably the biggest secret that we use in our custom studio builds that we're putting into this workshop, and that I want you to know, regardless of if you get the workshop or not, that you have to do. You have to think ahead of time. It's something that a lot of people are like, oh, like, yes, I just want to get going. Like, I'm excited, and I totally get that. But it will be much more beneficial to you if you do a little bit of planning before you buy. Yes, Mike has been known to impulse buy technology in the past. I mean, we all have, let's be honest, right? Cheryl says, yeah, I bought too much and now my wife is like, what are you doing? That's why I'm here. Okay, well, we save you from that, and that's why we put together that kit, is that like, and the process that we put in this workshop is because it's like, okay, you guys, like, I see you buy stuff all the time. And when we test something, you're buying it. And I love that. And a lot of it is beneficial to you. But I also want you to, like, if you're going to like just create a studio space, that's what I was trying to say. If you're going to create a studio space, you got to plan for it, right? You got to think about what you're trying to accomplish. What is your end goal? What do you want your video to look like? How much space do you actually have to work with? Because that determines the choices that you make in your equipment, right? And then you also have to choose the right space. There are a lot of things in your space that can really be more beneficial to you to think through, like outlets and echo and things like that. That will tell you what choice you should make in your space. I had somebody email me this morning and he was like, okay, I have newborns, I have little toddlers, I make a lot of noise when I'm recording video because I'm loud. Like, I have this option, I have this option, I have this option. What should I choose? Well, I can't make that decision for you. Unfortunately, I would love to just be like, all right, you do this, but it's your space. You have, a partner to think about. You have your kids to think about. And so what this workshop actually does is actually walk you through like the things that you need to think about and give you the knowledge and the wisdom to accomplish the right choices. But you definitely want to think like, okay, these things, what is the best space? If I have two spaces to choose from, how can I make the best, most intelligent decision for the future? And again, it does not matter if it's a big space, a little space, a desk, a shared space, whatever. All right, step number 2. Yes, Marius, thank you for chiming in. Ellie, sorry, I was reading another comment. Equipment will only get you far. Planning is very important. Number 2 is map it. So we like to map out our studios. This is a step that you're probably skipping. We map it out and we look at it and we evaluate it and we look for problems. Is this going to be too far from it? And it also helps us understand, all right, this is how much space we're going to have. This determines the length of the cable you need, right? Like things like that. So it allows you to not have to go back to Amazon like over and over and over and over and have this process drag on for months, which we have seen over and over and over. This is why we're putting it in a step-by-step process for you so that you can avoid mistakes and hassle and really get it out of the way, done, and move on. Right? I don't want you spending months on your studio. I want you to get it done and I want you to start creating content. And then the next thing is, what was I going to say? The background concept, right? So as the part of the planning process, you still want to think about the background. What do you want to put in the background? And that part takes a little while. It always adjusts itself as you're actually building it out. But yeah, so Amazon doesn't need your money, Mike. Calm down, calm down. And then the third step is to build it, right? How to put all of the pieces together. Like you just got to build it. And the PDFs and the diagrams that we have in this workshop that I would totally encourage you to grab while it's on a pre-order discount, because you actually get 3 workshops in one. I don't know how to do numbers. 3 workshops in one. My fingers don't work. That's the pre-order discount for you. It's only $67, but we actually give you diagrams in order to map it out to see what cable links to what piece of gear. What goes here? What goes where? How far do you have to go? Right? We've got you covered because this is the number one thing we've seen from your perspective that you're having trouble with. Okay. So we were like, okay, we're going to get down to business and we're going to make it happen. Then the software setup is the final step. And you get that like Mac or PC, of course. If you've been around with us for a while, you know that for Mac, we love Ecamm. And for PC, we love vMix. Those are the only 2 softwares we recommend. You could do OBS if you really need a free option, but you're not going to be able to do like a huge production with it. But Mac, PC, Ecamm, vMix, those are our 2 options and suggestions for you to use because those will get you the best results. So software setup, you get that done and you're good to go. So that's the process. Like, does this help you like see, okay, oh wait, hold on, I'm skipping the planning stage, or wait, I'm skipping the map stage, right? Like, does this help you like look at it and say, all right, now I feel like I can do this a little easier. What are you talking about, M-Dog? Your tech coach Kathleen says, he's so excited about the mapping. Honestly, so am I. I love what we're doing with that. And I think that that's going to be one of the biggest things that we've ever done for you as our audience. Dr. Elo, right? Dr. Elo, am I saying that right? Says, yes, this is helping. Fantastic. Let's see. Oh, thank you. If you compare the image quality, they have now compared to GeekBeat, her first show, Geek Brief. I've been around a while. I've had lots of shows. Luria and her team has progressed considerably. Thank you for that, Marius. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're always looking to improve quality, and that's what David is so good at. He's like always pushing the boundaries, always testing new gear to find out like how can we get the cheapest setup possible with the best quality possible. And then we pass that on to you. So, all right. I would love for you to join us in the studio workshop, in the Create Your Dream Studio Workshop. That is on pre-order. I don't know how long it's going to be available on this pre-order discount. We haven't set a date yet, but it's going to go away soon. So $67. Woo, Floyd, thank you for the super chat. And I would love to answer any questions you have about building your studio, or if you have questions about the workshop or whatever you have, let's do it. All right. I'm sorry I'm late. I brought a doctor's note.